everybody, a little video here. It's kind of like a little bit of kind of late, but I believe with this video, a lot of you who actually needs this help, a lot of you who are stuck into the twin flame part, a lot of you who doesn't understand how to let it go and what the purpose is of let it go. We've been talking about this let it go. Um, the let it go, it comes in to establish something more important inside of you. The let it go, the purposes of remove the stuff that prevents you to have this thing. This thing is called inner peace. But that inner peace, it comes in for something very important. That important part is the balance. The balance inside of you. You're not to have anymore the dualities. You're not to have anymore the things that you gotta have. And you to understand that the important part of this kind of like world is you to be happy, but how? Everybody wants to find the how. The question is the why. When you have the why, you will find the how. And the why is you to be happy on your own way and yourself. But what is to connect you to this why? It's your inner world. What does you have inside of your inner world to be exact the same out in the outer world? A lot of the religions they're talking about that, you have to get your inner peace, you have to get your everything, but none of them seems to have one very important thing, that is the actions to perform, to actually do it, to actually go ahead and get the things done. So I was wanted to explain to you something very precious to me. If you know what this is, right, it's the scale. Every time when you have something in your life and you just push it into it, there you go. There is a disbalance inside of you. And if you're getting stuck, guess what? That imbalance inside of your life, it's always going to be. The question is you to let it go. You to let it go and to have this balance and the inner peace to maintain this balance inside of you. I have some bunch of quotes right now for you, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of like work it out through the quotes. The quotes are gonna help you out into get into it. Life, it is about balance, and that's what this quote is, the very first one. Life is a balance between what we can control and what we cannot. I'm learning and I'm learning to live between effort and surrender. Daniel Orner. Right here. Life is a balance. We balance it between anything and everything that comes in and comes out of your life. Between what we can control and what we cannot. Guess what? We can control ourselves, in a way. We can control the things that goes on inside of us. We can go and look at the things that goes on. Doesn't matter what size of the relationships you are taking into it. You can take it all the way from the relationship that you have as a very first time you fall in love to someone, to the love that you have within the universe itself that goes on. What can you control? Well, you learned from all this period that you can't control what? You can't control others. You can't. They'll decide to go and they can walk with you. It's the same way they will decide, the person will decide to walk with you within the universe. When the universe comes in, it's like, okay, here we go, guys. That it's him, that it's she, and The universe set up the paste and the universe locked the door so you can't get out, then you would understand that things are quite extraordinary. So you can control the things. When a God decides to open the door, he opens the door. When a God decides to close the door, he closes the door. What you can learn from it is to learn between effort that you put into yourself. Is the key word here. It's surrender. That's what in the Christianity they are so much profound of saying the same thing over and over and over. Surrender your life to God. And a lot of the people don't understand what it means about surrender to God. You go ahead and you tell them, well, I surrender to God, but guess what? You think that when you surrender your life to God, you actually have to serve for the church. You have to go ahead and do what the church comes in and proclaims everything and so on. Guess what? There is no actually performing actions to make the better world. A very, very kind of few things, but there isn't. I see some people, they can get out of the church, they have the money, they see this mother with 3 kids in a van here in the United States, and the front tire is completely flat. And guess what? Nobody had the guts to go ahead to pull the check and says, go ahead, get a new tire. And that's why the things are a little different between knowing the things and doing the things. So balance within you. That's one. It's very important. The universe is about maintaining balance, not fairness. Nothing in life is fair. You might see why the bad things to happening to me. Well, the bad things happening to you because the things that you want all bad. They can be bad for you. So guess what? Life has to be fair. You can't just have the good stuff. You gotta have the bad stuff as well. It's mean by balance that true fairness exists in the universe. Yes, it is. So you gotta be careful what you do to others, because when you do something to others, guess what? Someone will do the same to you. So he can learn the other side of the coin, the other side of the point of view. I explained this in some of the videos already. You might seen it, like for example, sorry, it's not a commercial time, but you see the DVD, you cannot see what I see. So what happened in the universe is the universe says, you know what, let's switch the stuff. So here is, you see what you need to see, and I can see the other side. Important part of this part is the universe. Do you trust it? Would you let it go? You would understand that the balance begin of letting it go into the universe. Basically, you're hanging out all your troubles into the universe, and you allow the universe to adjust itself so it can resolve the problems on its own within the universe. You only have to do the one thing: wait in peace, because your peace is the most precious thing you will begin to feel inside of yourself, because later on that inner peace will turn into the most precious part, which is life. So as we are going on to this quote, this when a material psychological and spiritual dimensions are brought into balance, life becomes whole. In this union brings feelings of comfort and security. That is the union when the people looking into the twin flame. A lot of the people within the twin flame have a one thing: they're refusing to see their own way of how the union should be. And that their own way stands in the way what it's meant to them to come. And before you unite with someone else, I said this in one of my quotes, before you unite with all this material psychological and the spiritual dimension inside of you and union, you have to be united within your own self. A lot of the people, they don't unite this part, first of all, in their own self. They want certain person to belong with them, to hugging them, to do the things, da, 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 and the other person has nothing to do with that part. It is your own way. It's your own way, you to control the things. Compared to they understand that it's the universe that controls the things. And after so many years, when you understand that there's nothing is going to happen anymore, it is what it is, it's time to let it go, you don't listen, then there's something happens in your life, and then you really have to let it go. You really have to allow this part inside of let it go to find out of what it's come to be, or let it be what it's meant to be. So, on the part of letting it go, it's about this balance again. You know, life is a balance of holding on, letting go, and knowing when to do which of the two. A lot of the times the people hold on and they create a lot of pains, and they're kind of like grabbing into it. And when the pain begins very, very hard, sometimes they have to let it go. The other thing it is when you have this love, how to keeping up the love inside of you. And that is the part you want to hold on to, that inner love, that inner balance inside of you. When you become within the union as in a balance, specifically when the universe is involved, this word here, balance, this word is going to begin to become your way of life. Everything that's gonna be disbalancing you is taking you out of these equations of life. You want to go back into this balance, because the balance, it brings you up into the 5D, the balance within the 5D, and you go creating more and more into the this kind of like angelic love inside of you. You would understand what did that mean, that you have to understand that you have to hold on to some of the stuff, but you also have to let go of some of the stuff. And the universe is the one who determines it and tells you all the time, hey, listen, it doesn't work. Stop. Let it go. There's got to be something better for you. Hold on to me. A lot of the people, they don't understand what that means when the universe says, hold on to me, not hold on to the person. Because see, you cannot change the person. You can't change the universe either. What can you change? What can you change is you. So the next quote, a lot of the people, as we're talking about today, is this sad reality here. And it's a very sad, that's what we're making these videos here, so the people can get in better and can get the people out of this sadness, out of these situations. Living in the inner world and surviving in the outer world. A lot of the people, they're living into the inner world of the dreams, the inner world of the love, um, the inner part that it's in there about the dreams, about how beautiful it will be, how precious everything is, and they have to survive into the outer world, because there is two differences. If you remember the Libra that I just brought it here, the inner world, outer world, inner world, outer world, and if you're stuck into the outer world, you hold on to it. You just kind of like grab everything with all the grabs that you can have. Guess what? And you're going to missing that inner peace, because your inner world is not in peace. If your inner world is not in peace, so you ain't going to have the inner balance. And that's what this video is all about. You to find the logic within yourself and look at inside of your inner world. What does it change? in you. Well, as I said, actions. Action is the bridge between the inner world and the outer world. What kind of action you're going to take? The actions usually they're gonna be coming in of your inner realizations that what you have in your inner world is not the same as in the outer world. The biggest realizations that is going to hurt you, and pay attention to this, is you. You're the one who stands on your own way because you want your things to be your way and you hurting your inner world. When you go look deep inside of you, you will understand the programming that you had, not your real inner world. When you remove the programming, you will find back your real inner world and you're beginning to understand what did you miss, where did you got wrong. Your first person that you love, your second person that you love, your third person that you love, your fourth or fifth or sixth, wherever the case might be. And this is why your actions have to be focused off your this filling up this gap so you can create this bridge kind of like between your inner and the outer world and your actions of change, actions of your inner work, they're gonna begin to be within synchronizations within universe. When you actually surrender into the universe, it's like, okay, you know what, had enough. I really had enough. I'm letting it go. God, universe, do what you have to. Then expect miracles. Yep, so true. Finding your inner peace and heal your soul. Yep. A lot of the people who went through this process of the finding the inner peace and protecting that inner peace with everything that they have, you will see them. They talk with a nice inner peace, slowly, and nothing is in a hurry up. Just nice, calm down, and they have nothing to worry about, nothing to hurry about. It's about the inner peace, because the inner peace, it helps you to sleep at night, okay? And the inner peace, it helps you heals the wounds that others did to you. Then the wound is gonna begin to heal. You're going to be healing your soul. And this is the last one. That is from Joseph Campbell. The seat of the soul is where the inner world and the outer world meet. That is the time of the destiny when you are destined for the greatness and for your own things and everything that needs to happen in your life. This is the time when your inner world and outer world they meet to create this balance so you can stop fighting yourself with yourself. There's gonna be stopping this fight between the ego and the soul, between the ego and the mind, between the heart and the mind, and so on and so on. Those inner fights is gonna stop, because right now what you have in your inner world, you want to create into the outer world. And this is where you will find your soul when you perform out there, when you do something to make this world better. You maybe do something like go and you can help somehow in the community. You can go to the homeless shelter, serving food. You can go ahead and organize some restaurants. Hey, you guys have unsalted food that's gonna rotten today or tomorrow. Why just not take this food? It's gonna be good for today. Let's take it to the let's me take it to the homeless shelter. You can find so many other things. You maybe can go ahead and design an electric car, or you can go ahead and say, you know what, we can go into the city, we can go ahead and put some lighting in the park so people who are second and third shift, they can also go to the park. They can also use the park at night. That park's gonna be light up. They can go ahead, they can run, they can have a different time frame for that park. The things are endless. The only thing it is inside of you to learn to maintain your balance. Your balance within yourself, your balance between your relationship with your significant other, and the relationship with the universe. Because all those three coexist inside of you. And when you find the balance in you, your partner will find the balance in them, and the universe is going to bring the third part of the balance, and it's going to create this magical love that you want, this magical love that exists. And when you touch that love is going to make your life happy, because you will find out that your inner world and your outer world, they are the same. Thank you so much, guys. Be loved.